Hello, fellow fish nerds, and happy Water Change Wednesday to you. As promised, a little bit late in the day, I know. It's probably by the time this video is being published, late at night. But anyways, I finally got my super red bristlenose plecos back in their home tank. They were at my house in a little 10-gallon temporarily, just so I could be sure to feed them on a regular basis, because I was away for winter break for actually 3 weeks if you add in the snow days that happened right afterwards. To make sure that they were fed on a regular basis, a nice diet of green beans and the algae wafers that I like to feed them. And so anyways, I brought them home, and they're finally back in their home tank, and they're loving it. They just immediately went right to their little log here, and life was great. You see, scanning through here, hopefully that you see some. Well, there's another pleco, but some of the baby guppies are still alive. The parents didn't eat them all, but they did eat quite a few of them, but I really don't care. Not really a big deal. Hey, it kept the parents alive so they can make more babies. Life is good. So, anyways, as promised, this is a reveal video of a mystery fish that I got from the local fish store this past Saturday. So, the type of fish, I'm going to mess up on the pronunciation. Probably a lot, because I don't believe it should be called this as far as the strain of the fish. I don't agree with this marketing name. I like the other name, that what I've known for is longer. And this is why students, people watching this is why we have scientific names like Plecostomus ancestris. Yeah, there we go. Ancestris, whatever the subspecies is of the bristlenose pleco. Polycia reticulata, I think, is the scientific name of guppies. Okay, that's why we have scientific names, because these marketable names are getting confusing and they just get all mixed up. So, what is the fish? Well, it's a live bear, and yet you're not seeing it. It's in this tank. Okay, but they're doing a really good job. They're following my cues. They're already trained. They're staying out of frame. They're doing a really good job. One of them is above the frame, one of them is below the frame. So, ready for a reveal? Is it that? No, bristlenose pleco, upside down on the floating log that won't ever sink. What is it? They are, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, so get ready to make fun of me. Kamaku swordtails. However, from this point on, I will refer to them as koi swordtails. I think I know that's once again a marketable name, and they just use that name to make them more sellable, to make more money. But koi is a lot easier to say than kamaku, I think. And I forget how to pronounce it, and I want to say it as what the girl did in Wolverine X-Men when she was talking about the story of the Wolverine Komakawatsu or whatever. So, instead of getting all that confused, I'm just going to call it a koi swordtail. Now, yes, these are in my breeding for profit tank. Do I think that I will really be able to sell them to my local fish store? Probably not. Do I think I'll really be able to sell them a lot at my local fish club auctions? Probably not. But I like swordtails. Little known fact about me. We all know I like guppies. We all know I like apistogrammas. I also like swordtails. One of my dream fish is actually a species of swordtails. My dream species, and if anybody's watching this and has them, please let me know. It is the Cyphosphorus montezuma, or the Montezuma swordtail. The ones from the Rio, I can't think of it. The ones with the longest swordtail ever. If you have those, please let me know. I know that, who is it, Greg Sage at Select Aquatics, I know he has them, and I am on the waiting list. But if you have them, I would love to get a bunch of them. That would be awesome. Please let me know. Please contact me. Please message me on Facebook or Instagram. My Facebook page is MrScienceGeek. My Instagram is at MrScienceGeek. You can email me at MrScienceGeekChannel@gmail.com. If you have the Cyphosphorus Montezuma or Montezuma swordtail, please let me know. They are one of my dream fish, and they have been for years. Like, going on a decade now, they've been my dream fish, and I tired of waiting and being on the waiting list, although I will wait if I have to. But I love swordtails. I think they're a really cool fish. I know you're probably asking, well, where's the sword? Well, on the male, which is behind the plant, is that the male right there? No, it's not. The male is right. See if I can get him to come out a little bit. There's the male right there towards the very top. Since I got him and he's become the dominant, obviously, male in the tank, his sword has started to grow in a little bit. I also know, I forget whose video it was I was watching, but they were saying that with swordtails, that you don't want for a swordtail to have their sword grow in too quickly or too early on, because they'll basically burn out as far as the tail growth will go. From what I've seen and understand, when it comes to swordtails, the later in life they start growing their sword, the better and longer the swords end up becoming. So I hope that's true in this case, and I hope that that's the case. Another thing I like about these swordtails is that they are not a fancy fend type, so therefore they are going to be able to breed a lot easier. And I know Michael from Michael's Fish Room has been able to breed his high fin lyre tails, swordtails, or mollies, or I'm pretty sure it's swordtails. But in my experience, I haven't been able to get the fancy fin, long, high fin lyre tails to breed, because the gonopodium is way too long and fancy and doesn't actually work very well. Don't get me wrong, the high fin lyre tail koi swordtails are awesome, and if I could get a group or a colony that has functioning breedable males, that would be awesome. But at least with this group, I'm pretty sure that they should be able to breed and produce fertile offspring, which will fill this tank up with more than just guppies. And the students like these fish already. One student noticed it today, the first student. I was pretty impressed. I wasn't going to say anything. I wanted them to be surprised possibly by watching this video. But they like them because they are bigger, they're easier to see than the guppies are from a distance, and they are still rather active. They like the super red bristlenose plecos because they are bright red, so they really stick out amongst the background of the green plants, the dark background. They like the guppies, they like the male guppies, and these in here for the most part female guppies, with the exception of one male that I'm trying to breed for his traits. But the students do love these koi swordtails. I like, because I can stand at the front of the classroom, this is the back of my classroom, I can stand at the front of my classroom and spot these swordtails from a distance. And so far I haven't seen any breeding action going on, but I'm pretty sure they're just getting acquainted to this tank. It's a bigger tank than what they were. Actually, no, is it bigger? No, it's smaller than what they were in the local fish store, but there's less big fish in here. They're basically the biggest fish in here almost at this point, other than the super red bristlenose plecos. So anyways, just excited to get some more live bearer breeding action going on in this tank. Eventually, probably once I get these going, will I try and sell them at local fish club auctions? Yes. Will I talk to my local fish stores and see if they want some for store credit? Yes. Will I be offended or surprised if they don't want them for store credit? No, not at all, because, lesson people, you all need to see what is marketable, and if it's not marketable, then the fish store is not going to want to buy it from you. You can't just breed what you want to breed and expect that they're going to want to buy. You can't just breed a bunch of a bajillion mutt guppies and expect that they're going to pay you $1 a piece or $2 a piece just because you think they're pretty. If their customers aren't buying them, then they aren't going to buy them from you. So I know that if my local fish store doesn't really sell a lot of koi swordtails, then they're not going to want to buy a bunch from me. And if they do, they're going to be a super cheap price, which I'll have to either decide at that point, hey, do I want to take that offer, or do I just want to keep them and either try and sell them at the local fish club auction, which I think is fine too, because then you're just keeping it amongst hobbyists and not just the general population, or do I want to take the offer and just, put that into some fish food for the other fish? So that's the choice you have to come down to. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. I could talk forever about, fish stuff. But Anyways, if you haven't already done so, please click the subscribe button, turn on notifications by clicking that bell down below the bottom right of the screen. Be sure to share my channel. I love that. If you know anyone that loves koi swordtails, and please share this video with them. Share the love of the fish hobby. Super relaxing and peaceful, and like I said, these are very well trained koi swordtails. Once I got them in frame, they pretty much stayed in frame. I mean, how much better fish can you ask for? Comment below with any questions or comments you have, or like I said, if you have or know someone who has the Xiphosaurus Montezuma or Montezuma swordtail, please comment below. Please contact me. I would greatly appreciate it. If you, what was the other thing? What did you kind of? I think that was about it. I think that was it. Yeah. Comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Oh, really quick. Hold me to this. I downloaded a video editing software. And don't worry, it's free. And so everyone, hold me to this. I'm finally gonna hopefully start editing videos soon, and not just one take wonders. You know, not just one take, one go, one run, and just posting it and adding tags, titles, descriptions, cards, etc. I'm going to try to actually edit and make my video quality better. I was recently watching a video from Science Gal Aquatics, and her video editing skills were way better than mine are, because mine are non-existent. So it kind of inspired me to step up my game. She also has a lot of guppies and obviously is a science nerd as well. So she inspired me to step up my editing game and actually start editing. I've been feeling pretty guilty about not editing and stepping up my editing game. Hopefully, like what Bob Steenfott said in his live stream on Monday night, he said basically if you're not editing videos, then your channel's not going to grow. He watched his old videos and saw that they didn't get any growth or any traction. But once he started editing videos and putting effort into it, his channel really took off. So I'm just wanting to be more proud of the videos that I put out there. So I hope that by editing I will be more proud of them, and I'm hopefully, I would like to add some pretty cool maybe effects and camera shots and sound effects maybe, or music, nice chill music to go along with it. That's my goal. Is not to be win some award in the Cannes Film Festival or whatever it is. So but just want to let you all know that you heard it here first. Water Change Wednesday. I do plan on editing very near in the future videos. Hopefully Friday video, maybe my Saturday video, who knows. But if you want to see that, be sure to turn on the notifications. So stay tuned and stay fishy, people.